Okay, yo, for real, this is one of my favorite things to eat. And there have been times where I've made it every day for a week. I will admit. I really love potatoes. Like, any way you slice them, cook them, bake them, fry them. I mean, I don't recommend fried. Too much fat is really hard on your liver, so I don't recommend that. So I just toss them in olive oil and salt. And then I put them in the oven for about a half an hour at 350 degrees. I always de-rib the collard greens because the rib is always super tough and it really just interrupts the flow of eating, in my opinion. And I always stack these really nicely and then I can cut them and then they're kind of like spaghetti strips. I know it's crazy. It's like super thick spaghetti and it's green and I get it. It's not really spaghetti, but like, let me have this one. Okay, so yeah, then I stack them all up and then I cut them this way and then I cut them the other way. And try to do it all this similar size, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, onions are the most magical thing ever. If you don't like cooked onions, I don't even know you. I probably don't know you anyway, but I'd like to. So I have about 4 garlic cloves, and you know, if you really like garlic, you can put more. If you want less, do less. They really cook down to be very sweet, so it's really never... You could put a whole... Well, I wouldn't put a whole bowl, but you could. But you can really get away with a lot, or a little. And then these cherry tomatoes are actually a little bit wilty. They've been on the counter for a little while, but they're still totally good, which is the perfect kind of tomato to cook with. I would be a little disappointed if these were on my salad, but I'm going to throw them in a hot pan and they're just going to get all crazy anyway, so it don't matter. I always tried to time the collards with the potatoes, so when the potatoes are about half done, then I know that I start the collards and they're probably going to be done at the same time. So for the collards, turn on the heat about medium, maybe medium high. Depends on if I want like that slow cooked onion or that like fast crispy cooked onion where it's like kind of charred but then still kind of raw. You know, it's choose your own adventure when it comes to cooking. So again, I got half an onion and then I let that cook for about 5 minutes. And then I add the tomato, and I always salt the tomato because tomatoes love salt. Come on, guys. And you can really just let them sit there. You don't have to toss it around. Let them char it a little bit. But then sometimes I get really crazy and I want to have each individual thing touching the pan. And that's cool too. You can do that. I barely let the garlic cook because I like it that way. And then I just throw on the greens and then I do cumin and I do a little bit of olive oil as well. My camera battery actually died when I was shooting this. I apologize. But it really made it to the very end of the sauteing. And so at this point, I would just take it out. I just wasn't able to show you the perfect potatoes. I do have this picture, though. And I always like to serve it with lemon because it just takes it to a whole nother level. And I really have been super into putting black pepper on my potatoes. God, that's delicious. Yo, guys, recording this voiceover is making me super hungry. Not gonna lie. Eat me. I love you.